Hi there and welcome to the History Teacher. This revision video covers early Elizabethan England 1558 to 1588 of the GCSE Edexcel History 9-1 course. Hopefully you'll also find it useful though, even if you're studying any of the other exam boards or even if, like me, you just love history. Hi there guys, so we're moving on to topic 2 of early Elizabethan England today, and we're going to be having a look at the foreign relations between England and Spain. I've mentioned a few times the role of Philip II in the plots against Elizabeth, so it's useful to understand why the relationship with Spain was so difficult. I'm going to split this into 3 videos so you can clearly understand the factors causing the breakdown of the relationship. Today we're going to be having a look at the political and religious rivalry between the two countries. Under Mary Tudor, Elizabeth's sister, England and Spain were allies. In fact, the Catholic Mary was married to Philip, which brought an alliance as well as giving Philip a say in the running of England. When Mary died with no heirs, Elizabeth, a Protestant, became queen and began reversing the Catholic laws introduced by her sister. Philip and the Pope saw Protestantism as a direct threat to the authority of the Catholic Church, and likewise, many English Protestants saw Catholicism as a threat to England. As a result of this, Philip became involved in the plots against Elizabeth in an attempt to return England to Catholic rule. Spain's empire at this point is huge. It was known as the Holy Roman Empire, with Philip as the emperor. However, as with all empires, not everyone in the empire was happy with the strict religious rules and Catholicism of the rule of Spain. The Netherlands were particularly unhappy with Spain's rule. It had been under the control of Spain since the 1400s, but many of the Dutch, who had a reputation for being well educated, liked the ideas of Martin Luther and converted to Protestantism in the early 16th century. The guy in charge of the Netherlands for Spain was the Duke of Alba. He had been sent by Philip II to pacify a rebellion by the Protestants in which they smashed religious symbols and images. He dealt with them brutally, executing over 5,000 people in just 5 years. The treatment of the Dutch Protestants upset many Protestants, including those in Elizabeth's government. They now told Elizabeth that Spain posed a direct threat to all Protestants and to England itself. Elizabeth therefore decided to secretly support the Dutch Protestants as a way of showing support for Protestantism in general, and of thumbing her nose at Philip. So she did 3 key things. She allowed the Dutch rebel ships known as sea beggars safe passage in English ports. She provided money to the other groups fighting the Spanish, and she encouraged English privateers, such as Francis Drake, to attack Spanish ships and colonies in the New World. Privateers are sailors who attacked ships and stole their cargo. Because their ships were owned by the sailors themselves, Elizabeth was able to deny all knowledge. Elizabeth even proposed marriage to the Duke of Alençon to persuade the French to join the fight. However, by 1576, the Spanish were beginning to run out of money for the fight with the Dutch Protestants, and because of this, the soldiers in the Netherlands didn't get paid. To get revenge on the Dutch for the horrible conditions they were in, and to try and get some food and money, the soldiers attacked Antwerp. They stole, murdered and raped the inhabitants of the city, causing outrage amongst the other Dutch provinces. All 17 provinces, including Catholic areas, formed an alliance against the Spanish. This alliance was agreed in a document called the Pacification of Ghent. Their aim was to get rid of the Spanish in the Netherlands. Philip, back in Spain, was obviously worried he would lose the profitable Netherlands, so he sent the Duke of Parma to restore control. The Duke was successful. By the end of 1587, things began to look bad for England again. England's allies, the Duke of Alençon and William of Orange, were dead. The French and Spanish had allied against the English under the Treaty of Joinville, and Dutch Catholics were beginning to make peace with Spain again. With their support, Philip could strengthen his claim on the Netherlands and continue to try to get rid of Protestantism. So, by 1587, England and Spain were toe-to-toe, and war did seem very likely. Philip was angry at the English for their support of the Dutch rebels and blamed Elizabeth for the uprising. He was getting pretty fed up with the English privateers stealing his riches in the New World as well. Elizabeth, in the meantime, was furious at Philip's involvement in the plots against her. And that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you've got any questions. I always try to get back to you as quickly as I can, and if you like my content, please buy me a latte to keep me going. I will see you next time.